is too much fun.
Do we have anything now? Or is it still fucked and I gotta restart Streamlabs? Dude, I've been more and more tempted to ditch Streamlabs just because it's been being a complete and total bitch lately. Like, it will just, like, you know, the actual Streamlabs software will just die. Still fucking no audio? Oh my god. Well, now it's...
Oh, I got audio. I got audio.
Okay, yeah, just reload.
I've got audio.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, so it's not new tile. Where the fuck? Did I put it in here? I did not put it in there. Oh, hex wall art. Wall mount plate. Here's a mag hex wall mount. There we go. Yeah, I blame the internet blip. Probably freaked out Streamlabs. It still, by the way, thinks that the stream has disconnected and it's trying to reconnect. So I'm gonna blame Streamlabs for that. Let's open that, and then let's open up Bamboo Studio. Because we have this wonderful boy. So if these are measured, because that's so close, I'm just going to guess. I'm going to add 0.1 millimeter to the size of the holes and just send it and see what we get. What color do we print it with? It doesn't really matter. Actually, it does matter. I want to print it. I'm going to go load in my matte black because that's what I want to print all these with. And I want to test the wall grab force.
He is no longer here. I am here. Hello, stream.
I do think, by the way,
He's back.
I fixed my bamboo, my first one. Wait, what happened now?
You weren't here. I started talking.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear because I was walked away.
Is that a Bellsprout lamp?
Yes, yes, it is.
Adorable.
Yeah. There. it's a kit that uses the bamboo light kit that you buy from them, and it's articulated so you can pose it. And yeah, he is pretty fantastic, isn't he? Oh, there's a pea shooter lamp too from Plants vs Zombies.
But
Yeah, dude, if I printed these, I would not print with brims. I just don't like brims. All right, let's see. Going to Fusion. I need to adjust. Yeah. Oh, that's probably why. Let's do 5.2 millimeters. All right. Development, Unimount 2. There we go. All right, and yes, we're gonna print like that, and it's wrong profile. Print this on Telesto with that. Send it. I can come over here. That is not the right printer. There we go. That's the right printer. Is it to come in here? Flip that, and I should have an overlay. There we go. Yeah, sure. What do you need? Check if it's printable. Yeah, sure. I can do that. So my only concern with a design like this is that it's really hard to print it without having a curved surface touching the build plate, which you're really not gonna be able to fix super easily. So the problem is if you have I'll just make this a different color so it's easier to see it. There we go. Yeah, if you have a model like this and you put it down like that, right? Then you have this slope here, which if you slice it, it has a really aggressive overhang and it's gonna sag. And you can add support, but it doesn't usually peel away perfectly. You could probably try to print it with a peel away support material, but that is not something that most printers are going to be able to pull off. If you have a way, if it works in the design to angle it up slightly, so there's not a curve, it's more of a chamfer. And if that still works for the design, then that's ideal. Fuck it. We have the technology. So the thing with that is that it's because at this edge, it's like basically like an infinite curve right here, right? So 45 degrees is typically considered the totally safe range. A printer with good cooling can do 60 to 70 degrees. Anything beyond that, it's going to get sketchy. And this, like those first two layers here, that's the sketchy part. Like here, you can see it has to put down 3 whole lines over air to be able to print that. And then even here, you have this outer edge that's completely out in the air. Because it's trying to print this, it's because it's trying to print that over space, these 2 full lines over space, they're gonna sag down a little bit. They'll be able to grab on to a degree. I sent it to the printer so I can show you exactly what I mean. It won't take long. The advantage of having 2 printers. If it properly pulls the damn filament. We'll see. You could increase your chances by doing something like a super fine layer height. Because then at that layer, like, see, this is layer 1 going to layer 2. It still has overhang, but there's less. Because the lines are so much thinner. That would also, it also massively increases print time because of that. Because, you know, you're jumping from having, what is it? How many layers? 80 layers to having 198 layers. Shit. Drop my cap. Dealt with a D4, but the design, this design is so much better. I have not dealt with a D4, no. For a D4, so another way that, in my brain, a way that you could design a D4, let's do this. I don't know how big that is. How big would a reasonable sized die be? Like, I don't know, 25 millimeters for this? Yeah, that will do. And then we do conic curve. Okay, maybe we don't do a conic curve. Maybe that's not the kind of curve that I want. Spline, nope. Arc. 3-point arc. That's what I want. All right. It's not cooperating, but that's fine. We'll make this, well, I don't know, 4. This is 25. We set these to be equal. And then if I can, how do I do this? Not a circular pattern. I want to rotate a feature that is already here. Yeah, let's just see. What is the distance? Yeah, we'll set that to 16. And then if we do...
You have a good night.
Alright. You too, man. Okay, so we do the same thing. Pay no attention to the man freaking out. We set these to equal. Dimension it to 4. No, dimension it to 4. Create arc, 3-point arc. (16) mirror that across the center line. Make that solid, extrude, but we pick these. You get a shape like that. I mean, realistically, you'd probably want to taper. You could taper that down. So let's go into here, make that 3. And then in here, also make that 3. So, effectively, it's never going to land on the edges, right? But here's a D4. Like, yes, this is a flat surface, but in a functional roll, there is almost 0 chance that it lands on these, and if it does, you could even make some shit up, like that's the magic num. Like, you got the magic roll. Do whatever you want kind of thing, you know? And then you can easily just emboss text or images onto those if you have something like a like an offset plane. You create a sketch on the offset plane, come in here. Yeah, basically that. This would be printable too. Like, for optimal rolling, you'd want to print it like this, but you wouldn't have to. You could pretty easily lay it down. Oh, Bamboo Studio. Oh, Bamboo wants to print it like that. Okay. A little ambitious, are we? Little ambitious, I see. Why does it always want to use grid infill? Gyroid, you fuck. Gyroid's just better. And that was just, I mean, I'm sure that there's, let's go to printables, D4. Yes, I said, okay, cool. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh my god, website, work, holy shit. Enter 3 or more characters, okay. 4-sided die. Oh yeah, you want to avoid the stupid pyramid thing. Oh. Weird. I think personally, if I wanted a different looking D4, I would just get a D8 and just double up the numbers. Oh, these are cool. I've seen these before. It's like crystal shapes. Those are pretty neat too. You just have a fucking bag of crystals you throw on the table. Weird info while I was working on our school's printer. Surprisingly strong, was made by overlaying a triangle infill with gyroid. Yeah, I suppose that probably would. So the reason that a lot of people will freak out about, at least on Bamboos, most printers it's not a concern. But if you have a cube, right? Let's go just do the 0.2. So you slice this with gyroid infill. You can see that every layer, like at no point does a layer in the infill overlap itself. It's always a fresh line on top of what's existing. But if you come over to the grid, which is the default on Bamboo, the way its path works is that it has to intersect itself. You know, it has to cross over that already printed line. And that's just one move. So it's going to be laying filament over top of what's already here, which at really high speeds means that the head is basically running into that line. It's not a huge deal, but if you have a very large print and you're zooming all over the thing, it's basically grinding and smashing the head through all of those lines it goes. On slower printers, it's not a problem because the heat of the nozzle just melts it. It's not a problem. But on a super fast printer, it is a concern. And there's been people who have had like prints detach from the bed because the head just knocks the print off, and also people who have had bent nozzles from very large prints. If it's a quick print, it's not that big of a problem, but if it's something larger, you generally want to avoid it. Then you have all your fun infills like lightning, where lightning infill is designed to just hold the top layer. So like you see here, there's nothing, and then it just starts coming out of the walls, and it just kind of spreads out to hold up that top layer. I don't know why there's a like 3-layer gap where it doesn't do anything. Like, why is there 3 layers where it like cuts off the infill and then prints the top? That's strange. Because realistically, if you really needed just a basic cube like this, you could probably just make 5 top layers-ish, and it would probably hold up. Triangles, yeah. Triangles is... If there was like a 3D triangles... What am I saying? Yeah, there is a 3D triangle. It's called fucking cubic. Cubic is what I always used on my Ender. But it has that same overlap problem, so I typically just use it. I just typically don't use it anymore, because these things have no problem with running super fast gyroid infill. On my Enders, I still tell them to do cubic because it's less changing directions, which is the problem for them. I did, by the way. Did I post a photo in the Discord? I did. I got this bad boy from my dad for a while. This is an Anycubic Predator, and it's a very large boy. I thought I told it to only rotate around the... I actually want to get a good photo of these 3 tiles laid out. Let's see if I can manage that with my desk as it is. Yeah, they're gonna slide. Everything that I own is a disaster because I'm a disaster. Okay, tape. Everything's shit. Why are you sticky? You're not sticky? Okay. That's a fork. I'm a nightmare human. This is terrible. Let me clean my shit. Holy fuck. Why is my keyboard screen not working? Okay. Okay, I need hue. Can turn my lights up. Yeah, this is the project I've been working on for a while. And these tiles, unfortunately, due to the sizing of the holes in the back and the fact that I already tried to heat set 2 of them, means that I can't use these 2 as intended because the magnets that I put in the back are fucked. You can't heat set magnets, and I learned. Because a soldering iron murders a magnet pretty quick. I knew that heat damaged magnets. I didn't think it damaged them that quickly. I thought I had, like, if as long as I did it quickly, it'd be okay, and they'd come back after they cooled down. This is not the case. A soldering iron murders a magnet quite effectively. So, we learn. How long has that been on? How long has my soldering iron just been on? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that's not great. It's not a tip that I use. That's fine. That's not ideal though. It's probably using a couple hundred watts just sitting there. Probably like 50. Probably less idle. The smell of PLA. I don't know what it is. I genuinely really like the smell of PLA. I really do. You know what? That printed a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, it's definitely a bit goofy at the bottom. It would probably be better if I slowed it down. But for a prototype, I mean, or if you tweak the settings, this could be usable. Like, it's going to be hard to see, but there is a little bit of gooberage. I'll just get a macro shot with my phone and then put it on screen. Hold on, I gotta do a thing. Let me. Gotta click a button. Oh, that's fine. Never mind. Want to see a dice that a printer will hate? Yeah, sure. You roll it, see how it rolls. Three, one, two. Assuming that's the 4. 4, 2. It would probably have to be tested a lot to make sure it's actually balanced in actuality. There might be a infill that's the most balanced weight-wise. I'm not sure. I've never thought of that. What does 3D honeycomb look like? Oh, what the shit? Oh, that's weird. I've never printed with 3D honeycomb before. It's like geometric cubic. What the hell? That's crazy. I mean, oh, like if you're doing this and then... I mean, yeah, it rolls. And now it's gone forever. Yeah, here's all those 3 tiles laid out. It's like, I think this is cool. I'm legitimately going to hang these 3 on the wall. I bet you a resin printer could pull it off, but let's find out, shall we? Yeah, no printer I have. Yeah, we'll see. Ooh, yeah, that one would be, oh, especially given the way it sits on the build plate. Yeah, that looks fun. This is what its attempt would look like. Yeah, that would not turn out well. I don't even know how you would injection mold something like this. This is a nightmare. Yeah, this would be a resin deal. A resin printer could probably pull that off. Especially one of the sexy new, like the 32K ones or the 16K ones. Fucking 16K resin printers are fucking cool. And I want one But I don't have any real place to put a resin printer. Because resin printers have fumes and they need ventilation. They need to be careful and shit. I'm putting this up here. Putting my mic up high so I can a little easier. So let's see. I wanted to do. Hold on. Let's see. Let me just open my fucking Creative Cloud so I can update Photoshop. I don't need that to protect you from fake Adobe apps. It's like why would I have a fake Adobe app? I have Creative Cloud. You shit. Wait, they just have it right here? Hold on. I'm going to take the exact image, the exact prompt for this image. Bam. Oh, of course it's going to open it up in the browser. So this is the image that it's competing with. The spike. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you just, I mean, you just, you just that. It's what you did. Now, because of that other printer that I have, I can print quite large. Because we have this printer, which I still need to, I need to make a base design for it so that it looks like something. It's not just like a stock ass looking circle motherfucker. But this is the Anycubic Predator. No, I'm not printing the spike. This is the bed of the Anycubic Predator. For a little bit of scale, let's add a Benchy. That's how big a Benchy is on this print bed. And then if we go over to the Predator and add a Benchy, that's how big it is over here. So it's got quite a bit more room because a bamboo plate is 256 by 256 by 256. The Anycubic Predator, being a delta, is a 370 millimeter circle that goes 455 millimeters high, tapering to a point somewhere around here. This is the printer on which I printed a full-size Mandalorian helmet in one go. No putting parts together, no like carefully rotating it to fit or having to scale it at all. No, full size, one print. 2.5 days and a full roll of plastic. And it's a pretty great machine. I want to do a bunch of mods to it because it ain't perfect, and I would like to make some improvements to it. I would like to give it Clipper, for which I have already, Firefly still fucking trying? Jesus Christ, you dingus, how long is it gonna take you? But I can already go to, predator.local and load up the machine. This is actually just the Raspberry Pi that I put Clipper on so that I could play around with it. UI settings. Yeah, let's make the logo blue. Start update, do the updates. Yeah, it's bitching because there is no printer.cfg file because the printer itself isn't running Clipper yet because I need to actually give it Clipper and do the things. Which, speaking of, I should order that stuff. Let's go to Amazon. Big Tree Tech SKR Mini. This is what we're going to use because you know what? Fuck it. It will do the job. Is it ideal? No. Will it work? Yes. No, I do not need a BQ probe. I'm going to use a proper ass BL Touch. We go to BL Touch. Is that a real one? Upgraded 3D. Why would you get a 3D Touch, or even like the Creality? Like the CR Touch is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but like, Does it come with a longer wire? Because that's genuinely a concern. How long of a fucking cable do you come with? Because as a Delta, it's gonna need a long one. I wish I could find... Hold on, this is actually a thing I want to find out. Does Wham Bam still make... I'm gonna go with yes, because it's right here. Predator. No. They used to fucking have it. It's on your front page. It's right here. FDM. Anycubic. It's not here. They don't have it. Guys, it's right. It's literally this machine is the one that I'm looking for parts for. Because I don't like the goddamn... Okay, well, how big... AliExpress. $400 by $400. It's not textured. Okay, this one looks big enough. So I get one like this, I could cut it down. Right? Like I get this bad boy and I could cut it down to be the size that I need. But that's literally what I'm going to have to do at this point. I'm going to have to cut it down. That sucks. Fuck. Because, like, I'm not a fan of the glass bed on that printer. And should something happen to it, then what am I going to do? I guess we leave that to be a problem until, like, we leave that, I guess. Working on that modular tabletop mini system right now. Oh, fuck yeah. Is that designed to be printable, too? Because I'm kind of excited for that.
Coin from the state.
Need to buy a printer and learn how to model better? Well, if you're going to print them in color, I might be slightly biased, I will admit. However, well, okay. Honestly, yeah, an A1 Mini would not be a bad plan, especially if you're just printing miniatures. Like, an A1 Mini would absolutely do the job, and they're cheaper than the A1. I'd say an A1 or an A1 Mini. They print 4 colors, and they're relatively affordable given what they can do. $459 for the combo, meaning it comes with the AMS and can do multicolor prints. Print bed is 180 by 180 by 180. Which is, for minis is going to be mostly perfectly fine. It's got a lot of fucking fancy shit. The other alternative is, of course, the well, okay, yeah, you get the P1S. Which the P1S is in a weird spot right now because there's the X1, which I have 2 of these, right? Like, this is an expensive printer. This is a fucking $1,500 set right here with the AMS and the printer. Oh, Tinkercad. Yeah, if you're doing CAD, if you're doing CAD work, right? If you're doing technical modeling, I'd still say just use Fusion. It's just like, it's not that hard to learn once you get through the controls. It's really not that bad. You just have to have the right, you have to think in the right order to do something in Fusion. Alternatively, given that you're doing minis and terrain, I genuinely say just learn Python. Not Python, learn Blender. That's gonna be your best bet, almost certainly. So you should, given that you're doing like terrain and organic dynamic shit, that this is not the place for that. You want Blender. Which, Blender scares me. I don't know what I'm doing in Blender. I take one look at Blender and Bruh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Still, Blender is hilariously powerful. Like, you can do so much in Blender with the right knowledge. Subdivide. 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 Oh, I did it. It's subdivided. Now, how do I grab that? Oh. Blech. Okay, why did... Oh, it Roller Coaster Tycoon! Look at... That's funny. Bro, I got no idea what I'm fucking looking at. Yeah, Tinkercad, just from like everything I've heard about Tinkercad, because I've never personally used it, will admit, is that it's a great starting point, but you really can't do that much with it at the end of the day. So I'd say figure out how to do what you've been doing in Blender, and that's probably gonna do your best bet. Or you can combine stuff in Fusion and Blender. Like if you wanted to have your terrain tiles be kind of like how I'm doing, where you have the like this is an organic, like this is an organic shape that's made in did I put this in 3D printing? I did. QForge. Yes. Because like this is the software that I used. Yeah, but that honestly, that's kind of where Fusion comes out. Like a lot of people say that about Fusion too, where it's like I just can't get what I want in Fusion. Like I just don't understand. It's like you have to adjust the way you think about how to create a shape. Like how to make this. Like you create it on one plane, extrude, and then make the shape of the other plane and cut away the excess. You have to. It's a program of cutting and adding as opposed to sculpting, which is what Blender is primarily. And I want to learn sculpting. I do. I actually tried using a 3D, a VR sculpting program, but I didn't feel like I had much control. Yeah, that seems pretty limited. But good for a beginner. Like if you're just trying to do something really, really kind of loosey-goosey, like it's going to do the job. It's going to get it done. I wonder if you could implement magnets for your, because one of the things I've always wondered, it's always bugged me when I look at like printed mini tabletop sets, is that like you just kind of set them together, but if something happens, they all get kind of like, it's like if you have a giant game of chess and the board gets shaken a little bit, now everything's just a little bit out of alignment and you gotta fucking go out and correct it. But if all your tiles had, oh, I don't know, dinky boy little magnets in them that cost almost nothing, yeah, it would make it more expensive. But you like someone like, I don't know, if you're having somebody make them for you, or if you're having a kit made, or even if you're doing it yourself, having them printed or printing them and then just gluing some magnets in isn't too bad. Something to do while you wait for the other ones to print. Because you try to print an entire tray full of minis, it's gonna take a little while. But oh my god, I got completely distracted. So this guy, X1's an expensive boy, and the P1S for the longest time was a really good middle ground. Like it's got some features stripped back, but it's still an incredibly capable printer that can do a whole lot of good stuff. The P1P is mostly for like print farms and shit. Yeah, because the P1P is basically like, let's take an X1 and cut everything away from it. There's not even fucking walls. $600 as it stands. The A1, like, is it really that? $559 and then $450. Okay, so it's $100 more for the A1, but the A1 is a full size printer, whereas the other one's a mini. Oh, you are going with the Lucky 13. Okay, dude, that's fucking great. I think I recommended that last time. I didn't know it was Creative Commons like that. That's fucking fantastic. So the only problem with the A1 right now is that they're going through a recall because there was an issue with the... actually, that was a better photo. There's an issue with this cable. This cable right here. It was bunching up around the back there, and it was causing problems. One person had their printer almost catch fire because of it. So because of that, they recalled them all or are having people replace the bed. Just for safety. Like, you don't want that. Like, that's just not a good thing to have out there. So they're taking it on the nose and paying to have everyone send them back. And they're actually crediting everybody who had an A1 with, I think it's like $120 for a future printer, which is quite honestly incredible. And they also had basically anybody who ordered an A1 and is returning it. Oh wait, no, it was anyone who ordered an A1 where the A1 was on back order and never ended up arriving because of the recall. Everything else, they basically voided the order for everyone. But anything that wasn't the printer, they still got. So everybody who ordered like an A1 with like 10 rolls of filament got the filament, not the printer, and they just get to keep the filament. All refunded. So everyone's like, man, I should have bought an A1 and ordered 100 rolls of filament. It's like, yeah, well, I should have bought Bitcoin. You never know. Man, I really fucked these up. That's sad. Oh, I'm still hanging this on my wall. It's too fucking cool to not. On like a big hexagonal grid with all the art on there. That'd be pretty cool. Welcome to the chat room. Oh, great. Disconnected briefly again. That's fantastic. Really love that. Thanks, Charter. Not Charter. I don't have Charter. I have TDS. Pay no attention to all the furry crap that I made in Midjourney. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This one. This is the one that I was looking for. Pay no attention. Don't worry about the fact that that's 90% of what I make with Midjourney. Alright, we download this. You can slap this in here. Try to find a cool so yeah, this is HueForge. This is what I use to make these tiles. You upload an image and it maps the brightness of the image into here. Let's see if I load up my Slug Vaporwave A. Oh, that's pretty close, but I think I want to add more. Let's add a pink in here. You fucking serious? How is this